Most people think that profanity doesn't have any positive impact on society or relationships. However, there's one author by the name of Michael Adams who wrote a book called In Praise of Profanity, and he talks about how cursing actually connects us as human beings. According to an article written in Quartz, profanity has many useful social functions, including bringing us together. There's an intimacy to cursing, precisely because you know that you're not supposed to do it. Bad words are unexpectedly useful in fostering human relations because they carry risk. We like to get away with things, and sometimes we do so with like-minded people.
Yeah, you know, I found this story pretty fucking interesting. Of course, we had to use the curses. What's your take on it, Anna? Are you buying the theory?
So, look, my interpretation of it is, in terms of his argument, I don't know if I really buy it, is that, you're being a little bit of a rebel when you use words that you're not supposed to use. Obviously not racist words, but shit, fuck, bitch, like those kinds of things.
I like how you had needlessly listed
Just to be clear about that.
Cock balls.
Okay.
I know, but we have to provide caveats for literally everything we say. So that's why I said that. But anyway, and so yeah, sometimes I think that, having that kind of mindset or coming off that way appeals with certain groups of people where they're like, all right, that person's open, that person's willing to take a risk and speak his or her mind. So maybe it connects people in that way. But what I actually think the real value of profanity is it helps you emphasize something that you're really passionate about. At least that's what I use profanity for. I don't like throwing F-bombs just for the hell of it, right? Usually when I use an F-bomb, it's because I'm saying something that I'm passionate about, something that I really mean, something that I really want to emphasize. It adds a little oomph to your argument.
Yeah, because if you're all worked up, I mean, you almost have to weirdly get PC or derail yourself by like you want to tell somebody to get the hell out of there, and you go, get the heck out of here. Sounds ridiculous.
Gosh darn it.
Right.
Yeah.
What, Jiminy Crackers. Right? No, that's why we have the liberty here on this show to be able to say, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So, but we try not to overdo it and often fail. but I think he's talking about us. So this, where you want to emphasize something, etc. But let's also keep it real. A lot of people aren't doing it for any of that. They're just way over cursed.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, I think around kids, because I have this fight with my ex-wife a lot because our son is 6. And I was in the Navy, so, Sailor's Creed, we may use words a lot, and I've actually heard some women that curse more than I do. But around my son, if I drop something, if I break it, or if I stub my toe or something, then I'm like, oh, shit, or damn, I forgot this. And, she's like, one word that she uses is, oh, hecky. What the hell is, oh, hecky? That's not, one, hecky, I don't want my son saying that. I don't even know what that means. And 2, it's it takes me too much to think of not saying a word, but the problem is now he dropped something the other day and I get a text message, well, guess what your son just said today?
I've totally gotten that
And then he's like, oh shit, and I'm like, I don't want him saying
Ironic.
that. I don't want him to say that, So it's you want him to learn all the vocabulary necessary to make his own decisions.
Yeah.
But when a child is at a young age, I do try to censor. So that would be the only time I have a real problem with that. Or around women.
Yeah.
It just depends. Unless I hear you say something, then I may say something in the conversation. But a lot of times I won't curse unless I hear a woman curse around me.
So there's actually value in teaching kids that profanity is wrong, right? Because if you have this laid back mentality about it, well then curse words won't have the same impact that they do. Right? So not only is it good because you shouldn't have kids running around, saying fuck and all that, but it also kind of shows them, hey, this is a special word.
Right.
And you only use it when you're fired up about something.
So my wife gets all over my ass on this because she doesn't even like it when I curse in a different language. So if I stub my toe or whatever, I'm used to since I grew up Turkish, going, ha siktir, right? That means, oh, fuck.
Right.
But he doesn't know that, right? He doesn't speak Turkish. So I'm like, babes, I mean, it's perfect. Instead of saying fuck, I said siktir. It's something he doesn't understand.
Right.
But what if he uses it around Turkish people? I'm like, oh, that would be the only Turkish word he's ever used. Although it's true of a lot of people. But you know what? There is some truth to, hey, don't teach him that stuff, because he thought he figured out the 2 F words. He's like, Baba, I know there are 2 F words. And I was like, oh no. I was like, buckle up, right? And he's like, one of them is in that song, Uptown funk you up. I was like, okay, oh, thanks God. All right, fine. Okay, all right, good. No, have at it, Hoss. Funk's not so bad.
Yeah.
And then he's like, the other one is fart. And I was like, oh, thanks God again. Right?
You should never use that word.
Right, but you know what? Since he thinks fart is the F word, like whenever he gets a chance, did you fart? So, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, kids are a little
cute.
different. They're gonna want to do it, and they're gonna want to do it as much as humanly possible.
Right.
So.
It's frustrating. I know we're leaving, but it's frustrating because now it spreads. I got a 4-year-old. It spreads now. Now whatever's a bad word. He can't say whatever. He can't say, oh, well, I know shut up is rude, so I'm okay with that one being on it because that's actually worse, I think, than a lot of other actual curse words.
True.
But like, so then now it's spreading more and I have the same issue. It's like, oh, you know what your son said? I mean, I don't know. You don't want us playing the music. That's where you pick it up the quickest.
Oh,
so I'm just saying, like, there's always ways there's something that we're doing wrong and cool, but as soon as they know, just be like, listen, this is why that's bad. Not, oh my God, what are you doing? And they go, oh, shit, ironically. Now they're afraid, and then later there's when it's gonna get this whole bonding experience where they start cursing around each other and then they're gonna be the bad kid in school. What are we worried about? Are they gonna be in class and suddenly they're gonna fail out because they used the F word once? Yeah, exactly. I get it. It sounds really bad. But I wish people would break it down a little quicker and understand, is your kid going to be a degenerate? Because he said shit once.
I told mine to say, oh, crap, and I still got stuff for that. From my ex. I'm like, can he not say that? I mean,
So JR's never been more right, because now it's spreading to my kids are not allowed to say, I don't care. So I'm like, wait, so what are they? You're supposed to replace that with, I don't mind.
Oh my God, having kids sounds like such a pain. Like,
can I throw it up for you?
I know. Right?
Don't say what. Say, excuse me or pardon me. Say again.
Well, I do
What's
that with
that?
adults. You don't say what to adults. When I call your name, you don't say that to
You
an
from the
adult.
South?
Yeah. My grandma.
I kind of agree with that
jack me
though.
up.
Like what
Whenever it's
comes
say,
off as super rude. Like, I don't know, I always said yes. Yes.
Like you don't say yeah to
Look,
an
Guys,
adult and they call
can we all just set reasonable boundaries? So instead of like
a
cursing,
parental constitution.
instead of cursing all the time around the kids, or never ever saying anything like, don't even say cheese and crackers because they might know that that's Jesus Christ. That's actually, come on, right? So like my boundary was, I used to have the kids listen to a Candy Shop by 50 Cent, okay? Because they're like, cool, candy shop, lollipop. And the minute my 6-year-old could figure out the other words, I was done with it.